What is up, everybody? And everybody, what is up? We are in 2026, so fucking suck it up and get your shit together. It's time to get casually uncomfortable with your host, Chuck Jerome. Viewer discretion is advised. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. You better get your shit together. It's still early in the new year. If you haven't started what you need to start, get up. Get up off your ass and make a plan. What up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Hope things are going well. Hope your year is starting out swell. Mine is so far, and I'm happy. Happy. Damn, that was a good show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not even going to say it. Duck Dynasty. Listen, when that shit came out, I watched all the episodes. And then it went off the air, and then everybody in that family, I guess, went crazy. So it is what it is, you know? You're not doing what you used to. Like, that was the biggest damn show, like, shit, for a while. And I watched it. I don't give a shit about ducks. I don't know. But that was honestly that's the only reality show that I really got into. And I think it's because after high school, in college, I moved up to the mountains and I became a mountain man and everything changed. I had to understand hunting season. Now, I didn't do any hunting because that would give them a perfect, a pristine opportunity to shoot my black ass. You know, oh, Your Honor, I thought it was a bear. And then if they didn't kill me, they'd be like, well, Mr. Jerome, why were you out in the woods butterball naked? And I'd have been like, listen, I'm hunting. I don't need a bow and an arrow or a fucking double barrel shotgun. I'm going to choke whatever out with my bare hands. Because I'm hunting, baby. But I never did that. And I just didn't put myself in that wild situation. It was already enough that I was one of the few black people up in the mountains. Like, I went from white people at my school being the minority to me going back and being the minority. Like, it was wild. But you learn a lot. One thing I learned was people now really aren't going to be as outwardly racist as it used to be. You know, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. They were throwing around the N word like it was and, but, and or. You know, conjunction junction style. Conjunction junction, what's your function? Get your black ass out of here right now. See, in the mountains, the racism came to my friends' doorsteps, not mine. Because I'm short, but I'm still big enough that people are like, I'm not going to mess with them. Because I get enough momentum. I'm going to knock your ass down. Chuck's in a singing mood this year, so let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I never even watched that shit. What is that? Frozen? And I think, the story is they made that movie to get people off the fact that they're saying that Walt Disney is on ice under Disney World. You go look up Disney on Ice or Disney Frozen. you're not going to get what you're looking for. So I like how they did that. Smart thinking, Disney. But yeah, that kind of stuff would go to my friends. You know, they're asking who brought the N word. I'll never forget that story. I know I talked about it before, but here we go. So I went to a bar with a bunch of friends, and, you know, I wasn't in there no more than a half an hour. We always went over, we got our drinks, then we went to the pool table, even though I fucking suck at pool. And my one buddy, he had, you know, already finished his drink because he was a drinking machine. And he went to the bar and he heard someone ask, who brought the N-word? You know, I don't want to make people uncomfortable. So, who brought the N-word? And you know, my friend overheard him and said, I did. And now here's what's going to happen. You're going to walk up to him and you're going to introduce yourself to him, and I'm going to watch you. And if you do anything else other than what I just fucking told you, me and everybody else in here is going to beat your ass. And my friend had been going to that bar for years before I did. I mean, not maybe years, because this was, you know, in the thick of things once I got into the mountains. So, yeah, a couple years he'd been going there. Everybody knew him. Everybody liked him. And he had friends that were bigger than him. Like one of my buddies, big dude. He's like 6'6". Big man. He would have thrown a couple of elbows and that guy would have gone to the hospital. So I'm playing pool with the guys, and this motherfucker randomly walks over and introduces himself to me. And that was it. He said, hey, my name's so-and-so. I wish I'd have remembered it, but it just caught me off guard. I'm like, what the fuck? You hitting on me, dude? And so I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but fuck it. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And then he walks away and leaves it at that. And again, I'm like looking around. I don't see that my buddy is at the bar watching him talk to me. I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? And nobody said anything until later on in the evening. He's like, hey, man, I didn't want you to get upset and do anything because I had it squared away. Because he knew I'm a fucking nut. I would approach that motherfucker. I don't care. Listen. I don't give a fuck if I'm going to win or if I'm going to lose. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. Especially when you're being a motherfucker. Guess what? I can be a motherfucker too. And I have. But in this situation, yeah, I would fucking confront you. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Don't be fucking rude. That's my big thing. Don't be rude. I'm always going to be considerate to people because I you know, there's a lot of inconsiderate people out there. But if he would have told me, and my buddy would have told me when that happened, that guy said that, I don't give a fuck that you came over and shook my hand. Now I would have been more pissed off that you even came over and touched me. You're not even good enough to touch me, bitch. So back the fuck up. So later on he said, hey man, that guy that came up to you and shook your hand, I was like, yeah, what the fuck was that about? He said, well, that guy was sitting at the bar asking people who brought the N-word. And I was like, oh, wow. Well, I am glad that I didn't hear it or you didn't tell me about it. So, I mean, he knew me. He knew Chuck was a wild guy. Sorry, is a wild guy. So, save that guy from having broken arms. Because at that point, I would have just started a fight. Fuck you. I don't know you. You don't know me, but you're about to learn a whole lot about me, baby. Let's go. So, yeah, that kind of shit will happen. And, I mean, we all know the world is wild right now. Shit is crazy. Nobody understands really what's going on. Just that we are all fucked, no matter what. And speaking of that, hey, next Tuesday will mark the 1 year anniversary of the second term of the demon president that we have right now. I bet when people voted for him the first time, they were like, man, this guy's saying what he wants. He's not doing anything too crazy, but he's getting shit done. They probably didn't think that if he got elected a second term, he would go batshit fucking crazy. It will be 1 year and so much craziness has gone on in 1 year. I don't remember it being this wild the first term. This second term, that motherfucker is showing his ass. Like we are all screwed. If you're not making at least 6 figures right now, you are hot fucking garbage. I just want to see how holidays and monthly celebrations are going to go from now on. You got Black History Month in February. June, you got Pride Month. What is it? September, you have Spanish Heritage Month. I don't know all the monthly things that they have going on, but they're probably not going to be there this year. Like next Monday is Martin Luther King Day. I don't even know if that's even going to be on the calendar. They're just, hey, you better take your ass to work that day. That's what that means. It's another work day. They're cutting out all the holidays, anything, good or happy that lets people celebrate. Nope. Not in Uncle Donnie's America. You better get your ass to work. You got to pay them taxes so they can get paid. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm ready to see the fuckery for the year. So stay tuned. You know what I'm ready for in February? The Super Bowl. Not because of any of the football teams, but that's going to mark the last day of football for months. And then the only thing I got to look forward to is nothing. I just got to make it through the middle of the year. But what I do look forward to on the Super Bowl now are the commercials. I don't even care about the game anymore. The commercials, and hopefully someone brought some delicious appetizers. I was going to say hors d'oeuvres, but it's not that fancy. You know what I'm saying? Appetizers. They said there's going to be a new Avengers Doomsday trailer, and the shit that got leaked so far, I'm already in. I'm in. But I'm also not going to hold my breath because, they could fuck it up. They fucked up the last few, but also the trailers for the last few weren't as intense. So we'll see. We'll see. What is that, like February the 8th or something like that? It's a Sunday, so I don't care. Shit, I'm not going to take off that Monday. There's no need for all that. Chuck, you got bills to pay, baby. This year is going to be no more games. Right? Big changes are coming. I'm making shit happen, and I hope that everybody else is doing the same. Even though there's so much fuckery going on right now in the world, you got to make some positive changes for yourself, for others, for friends, for family. It's not just you, because your changes affect other people, if you like it or not. And I want all my changes to affect everybody positively. That's what I want right now. So big changes are coming. Big changes with friends, big changes with family, big changes with my job. You know, life is too short to let shit go stale and stagnant. Can't let that happen. Not at all. And I'm not. So this is going to be the year of some change and hopefully not just having it. So hopefully y'all got your shit written down for the new year. So I'm a millennial, and a lot of things that I do now are on the internet, and a lot of things I do have gone paperless. So why would I check my mail all the time? But I went to my mailbox and I had so much junk mail, it was unreal. It actually pissed me off for the amount of money that these companies could be saving rather than sending me bullshit that I don't even fucking open. They could be saving so much money. Maybe giving back to the community. But no. You got to send me one more piece of junk mail. One more flimsy, two-sided, postcard looking bullshit. I don't care about that. I've separated my mail and I'm looking down on the floor because it's a lot of junk mail. So I'd separate everything, make sure I don't throw out something important. But I'm looking at what I have. Damn, man, this is out of control. And that's for, everything. They could cut back on a lot and save money here and there, but companies don't. Or they're doing it in the wrong spots, like plastic bags. Oh, if we save 2% of the plastic in the plastic bags, now the motherfuckers don't hold anything. You go to the grocery store, you grab one bag. No, you got to triple bag it. And then now everything is self-service, and they got the one worker at the end of the aisle just fucking staring at you. Like, oh, you stealing? Oh, you stealing? No, motherfucker. I'm trying to pay and get out of here. I hate all these people. But they, and they don't, hey, don't double bag that. I've seen videos where the workers have told people don't double bag it. That couldn't be me. Either you're going to do your job or you're going to shut the fuck up and let me do your job. Don't double bag it. Fuck off. Go stand at the end of the aisle and watch everybody. If you think I'm stealing, call security. 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 That's all I want to hear. Don't be, hey, don't double bag it. Fuck you. That's what I'm going to say. Fuck you. Here's something else that's pissing me off. Why is the weather so nice? And it is January. It should be cold outside. I should be worrying about snow. What in the hell is happening? I need a good snow before this shit is over. I'm tired. I'm tired of having holidays without the weather that is supposed to accompany it where I live. I live in a spot where I'll get all the fucking seasons in 1 week. Right? Right now, it sounds like a fucking tornado outside. I'm just sitting here in the house recording, and it sounds like it's about to lift this bitch off the ground. I want some nice, happy snow. Not like a blizzard, but I want some snow. Like for Christmas, there was no snow. I had a short sleeve fucking shirt on for Christmas, no jacket, and a hat. I'm walking around like, oh, this ain't bad. This ain't December. Like, and my one buddy, he always talked about it, how the weather's changing. He's like, it's because of the leap years. We keep leaping away from when we're shifting everything. Everything gets shifted. That's why it's snowing in April. You're like, oh my goodness. April showers bring May flowers. Not now. Shit is fucked. The ozone layer is gone. No zone layer. That's where we're at. We got the no zone layer. Like, even though I'm recording and I have headphones on, it sounds like I'm at the beach. You know, when you get to the beach and you can just hear the wind just whipping over the water. That's what it sounds like right now. It's crazy. But guess what? There ain't any snow. We ain't getting that shit. Hey, last week or week before or some point, I don't know, I was talking about quote unquote black cars. And I didn't want to forget that, because throughout my car career, I have had some so-called black cars. And look, don't be like, oh, what's a black? There's no such thing as a black car. Listen, tell that to the fucking cops that continuously pulled me over in every one of these vehicles and found nothing. I wasn't, okay. One time when I was younger in college, I got pulled over drinking and driving. But I was at the legal limit. I was at .08. They should have just let me go. But I was driving in my little Chevy S10. I left my phone at the bar. I had already gotten home. I left my phone at the bar, and I was like, I'm not letting someone just take my shit. So I went back to the bar, and as I was leaving, a couple people jumped in the back of my truck. And then we head on out there. I double parked in the alley of the bar. I go in and get my phone. And in that time, the motherfuckers in the back of the truck were being so loud that one of the houses called the cops. Hey, these motherfuckers being loud, da-da-da-da-da. And I got pulled over, but I was at the legal limit. So they still, took me in and this, that, and other and all that bullshit. But nothing came of it. I wasn't like 2 times the legal. No, I was right there. So nothing happened. I went to court. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. They're like, hey, as long as you're good and don't be a troublemaker in a year, you can get this taken away. Boom, like nothing happened. And guess what? It's gone, baby. So now let's get back to it. Black cars. I started, my first black car, that you would call it, was a Grand Marquis. It was a 1990 Grand Marquis. Big box cut land yacht. That was a big old bitch. Like, you get on the road, it would hum and it would rumble and it was a V6. And I'm telling you, stomp on the gas. Damn, you were gone. The front end would lift up, the back would drop, and you would fucking boogie. That thing could seat 6 people comfortably. Had split bench seating in the front, blue velour on the inside, navy blue velour on the inside. It was like sitting on a cloud. And on the outside, it was like baby sky blue. It was a beautiful car. But I tell you what, I would get pulled over quite a bit. Quite a bit for nothing. I remember when I first got it, and then I went back home to visit friends, and I was out in the car with my other black friend. We got pulled over because the cop said he couldn't read the temporary tag that we had. And then his suggestion was for me to get a marker and darken the numbers and letters on this temporary tag, which is illegal. I got the tag. I didn't tamper with it. You can't fuck with that. So he's telling me to do something illegal, but he pulls me over for nothing because he saw two black guys in a big box car. I'll never forget it. Then I got that car, that life changed. Then I got a 79 Pontiac Grand Prix. It was carbureted. It was navy blue. And then the inside was baby blue. So it just flipped. That was a nice vehicle. But it was carbureted and I never had to deal with that. So what you got to do with a carbureted car, you got to pump the gas a couple times before you start it. And then you got to make sure it's not super cold because you could pump the gas, get it started, start on down the road, and that bitch will cut off, completely off. You gotta prime the fuel and all that bullshit. So that was a learning experience, but I would get pulled over in that too. Another big boxy car. Then that car didn't hold up for very long. It was old. It was struggling. And then I got a Chevy Impala. It was a 2003 maybe. And listen, that thing, when I moved completely out of the dense portion of the mountains and I moved a little bit away, I would get pulled over all the time. And I had my friend's wife, her car was broken, but we worked at the same job. And, I'd give her rides home. And she got to see how I would get pulled over daily for absolutely nothing. Because at the time we lived across the street from each other and it was easy. So I would give her a ride home, and on the strip of road, maybe a mile from our home, I would get pulled over constantly. And this vehicle was just breaking down left and right. Like the passenger side door wouldn't open. No. What wouldn't open? Oh, no. The passenger side door wouldn't open. No, I got to remember this. No, it wasn't the door wouldn't open. The driver's side window wouldn't go up or down. So I had to take the motor out and kind of prop the door up so it wouldn't open. So I couldn't open that window. Sorry, not the door, the window. So when I'd get pulled over, I would have to hand the cops everything through the driver's side passenger window. And I remember one day the officer was kind of laughing at me. He's like, "Oh, you got something wrong with your car?" And I'm like, "Fuck you, dude. Get whatever information you need to get. But what the fuck is so funny?" Oh man, that kind of shit just pissed me off. Motherfuckers. Just do your job, find whatever you're going to find, because you're not going to find anything. Because, bitch, I'm coming home from work. And she got to see that I would get pulled over damn near weekly, and they would never find anything. Never find anything. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't driving erratically. Nothing. My lights were working and all that bullshit. It was just bullshit. And then I switched it after that car. I got a Jeep. And guess what? They don't consider that a black car. So I never got pulled over. Now I got a Honda. And guess what? That's another car that they don't consider black. So I don't get pulled over. But I did maybe a month ago. They did pull me over for nothing. The officer said, "Oh, we're just, we checked your registration." For what? You're just driving around checking motherfuckers' registrations? I didn't know that was legal. And the only problem was, the registration was suspended because I was like a month and a half behind on getting my emissions. I wasn't even thinking about it. Dude, I've just been working, barely thinking about myself. Last year, I didn't even really go to the fucking gym. I didn't give a shit about myself. I was just trying to work to stay afloat. And guess what? That slipped between the cracks. But the next day I said, no, no, no. And I went out and got everything squared away. So it wasn't, like anything crazy. They let me go because that was it. And I'm thinking, was my seatbelt off? Did I not use my turn signal? Was I, driving crazy? No. I don't know. They just wanted to check things out. So you never know. Don't know what their reasoning was, but I've never just been pulled over. Oh, we're just checking registrations. What? You're just going to check every single vehicle on the road? Go ahead. Be my guest. But it sounds like bullshit. I'm going to get on something else. I don't know why people are struggling. We pay taxes. Does the government not care about us? Like, I know people with 3 jobs still just trying to make it. Like, I don't understand it right now. We pay so much in taxes. What the fuck do we get out of it? Oh, you don't have to pay. No, you got to pay for everything now. They're cutting funding for everything. So that money should, be thrown back into the community, into the world. Please, please help us. Like, everybody's fucked. But guess what we got to do? No matter what, pay them motherfucking taxes. I just wish things would, help. Yeah, I just wish we would help each other. We all know we're struggling. Everybody I talked to said, "Man, this ain't how it used to be. Shit's rough right now." Yeah, it's horrible. But guess what? The rich are getting richer. Remember that. And I'm saying, get to the gym. Like I said earlier, I'm just throwing that out there to myself, to you, to whoever wants to hear it. But also, maybe you don't have to go to the gym. There's plenty of workouts you can do, full body workouts that you can do to jumpstart things and get you in that right mind space. Because like I said, I didn't gym it up a lot or really at all last year. That really made a difference. But what I will say is that I've learned what my body likes and doesn't like because I have lost maybe 10 pounds and maintained that loss. So, like, my goal right now is just 27 pounds. Let me get 27 off and I'll be a happy camper. So that's my move right now. Get the 27 gone. But I've been looking at a lot of things. I saw a thing where they were talking about how they got all the people that really work out of Planet Fitness, right? Because if you're going to work out and then you can't get the weights that you need, you're going to leave. But if you're one of those wishy-washy people who go to the gym once in a while and you just have your account active, guess what? They're making more off of those people who are not there more than fucking 12 times in a month than the people who were going every damn day who got upset because, oh, your weights only go up to 80. Well, I'm done. But if you get a motherfucker who goes there, 6 times a month, they're going to keep their shit active and they're just going to continue raking in the money. So I've been looking at kettlebell workouts at home, and I think I found a good one that's full body, and I can just get up and do it. Like, yeah, you don't need all these weights. Look at a country boy, right? Them motherfuckers, like a country horse. The motherfuckers are just picking up bales of hay, corralling pigs into a pen, chopping wood, lifting logs. They're doing every compound movement that you would need to stay physically fit. So I got a kettlebell, and I think that's going to be the move. I'm going to, just see how it goes. Let's see how it goes until February 12th. Give it a month, see how it goes. It's going to be great because something's better than nothing. So get your ass in the gym or do some kind of full body workout at home. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Find what makes you happy this year. I don't know if you wrote anything down, but find what makes you happy. Whatever's going to be happy for you, make it yours. Because life is way too short. Life moves so fast. If you're a younger person listening to that, I'm telling you, life moves so fast. I'm 40. And fuck. I never even thought of 40. But now I'm here, baby. There's nothing I can do except continue to live and do my best to become a better version of myself than I did last year, last week, last month. Just doing better. So hopefully you go out and do better for yourself for this year. And I think that's going to be it. I've done a lot of talking this week. That's the plan. I'm going to get the talkies out. Okay? So, all right. I'm out of here. Let's hit some music. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can check out full episodes on YouTube at Casually Uncomfortable. You can check out Twitter at Casually Unchuck. Let your friends know. Let's do it. Let's do it this year. Let's get some shit happening. All right, I'll see you Wednesday. Be safe, have fun. And as always, don't be a piece of shit. Peace.